Hello everyone, warm welcome to your own platform. We call it as Exam Now. I welcome you all in a very important session that is Finance Now, where we discuss the RBI circulars, SEBI circulars, and other regulatory bodies' notification and updates, which are really very important not only for your upcoming regulatory bodies exam like SEBI Grade A, NABARD Grade A, or PFRDA Grade A examination, but it is also really very helpful these days with respect to your bank exams as well. That is IBPS PO or SBI PO. This is a must watch session and try to cover this session on regular basis. This will surely help you while you will be attempting the finance related current affairs in your different exams. So before I start with the discussion, I have a very important news today. और आज एक ऐसी न्यूज हम डिस्कस करेंगे which has a great capacity, great probability that it will be asked in all the upcoming exams. जितने भी एग्जाम अब फ्यूचर में होने वाले हैं उन सभी एग्जाम्स में आज की जो न्यूज है उससे क्वेश्चन जरूर पूछे जाएंगे एंड आई विल बी एक्सपेक्टिंग यू गाइस टू जॉइन दिस सेशन फॉर श्योर एंड बिफोर आई स्टार्ट can you please quickly share the link of this session with your friends so that more and more individuals they are aware that yes the class has started and they can join us live. And basically in the last class I was in a dilemma that whether we should be taking this class on Saturday or not, but ठीक है इट्स गुड जितनी क्लासेस होंगी उतना ज्यादा कंटेंट आपके लिए कवर हो जाएगा. तो मंडे ट्यूसडे थर्सडे सैटरडे इट विल बी कंडक्टेड. अलॉन्ग विद दैट यू हैव an extra session which will be conducted every Sunday with respect to the I would say RBI circulars and SEBI circulars specifically for your SBI IBPS PO examination. ठीक है जी, गुड टू गो. लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड. ओके, लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड विद द डिस्कशन. तो आज का जो सेशन है उसमें दो तरह के क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाएंगे. पहला क्वेश्चन डिस्क्रिप्टिव क्वेश्चन व्हिच विल बी आस्क्ड इन द एग्जामिनेशन. आई विल डिस्कस दैट. Along with that, the objective question which is going to be asked. तो याद रखना whatever exam or whichever exam you are going to give in the near future, today's session is really very important. और जरा आज के सेशन की शुरुआत करते हैं. Today's session is talking about a very important aspect that is financial inclusion index which is presented in the month of July for the month or till the month March 2026. Now the question is, first of all, what do you understand by the word financial inclusion? See, financial inclusion definition has improvised over the period of time because when financial inclusion definition or when financial inclusion initiative was taken in the country, it was very clearly mentioned that financial inclusion basically means connecting more and more public with the financial sector of the nation at affordable cost. And it was quite obvious कि भैया तब किसी के पास बैंक अकाउंट्स ही नहीं थे तो let's connect them with the financial sector for banking, for bank accounts, for insurance services, for pension services. But now over the period of time financial inclusion in India has improved a lot, and similarly the definition, the targets under financial inclusion has also improved, and now financial inclusion talks about timely as well as, I would start here, adequate plus efficient plus timely plus affordable financial services to the public. Affordable financial services to the public. कि भैया वो services दो which they are looking forward. The services should be efficient enough as well as these services should be timely and it should be affordable. So this is the current target. अब ये target नहीं कर रहे कि भैया बैंक अकाउंट ओपन करो. नहीं यार, बैंक अकाउंट ओपन हो गए. अब ये चेक करना है कि how efficient these bank accounts are operating, how timely services these bank accounts are providing, how affordable these bank accounts are, for that matter insurance services are, for that matter pension services are. So RBI हर साल, please remember, annually RBI comes up with an index on annual basis. It is an annual index and it is presented for the month of March 2020 or for the month of March for every financial year. So right now it has been submitted for March 2026 and it is presented by RBI on its website. ठीक है जी. अब इसके बारे में क्या क्या चीजें इंपॉर्टेंट है, प्लीज पे अटेंशन, जल्दी से पढ़ते हैं. The financial inclusion index is a composite index which is developed by RBI to measure the extent of financial inclusion across the country holistically मतलब in terms of number of accounts, in terms of public which is using the legal, or I would say which is using the formal flow of credit, which is using the formal financial sector. And secondly, objectively means how efficient the services are provided, how affordable the services are, how adequate, how timely the services are. So that is the objectively part. It captures the progress made in accessible. Accessible means how accessible the services is. For example, today bank offered me a bank account and I received it, but I cannot access my bank account because it is not providing me with the internet services. It is not providing me with the internet banking, mobile banking, and the branches are very far away from the place where I stay or from my residence. So accessibility is quite low even if I have an account, but accessibility is low. Second is, sir, they charges a lot on issuing of debit card, on withdrawal of funds, on deposit of funds and whatnot. Then high quality. High quality means it captures the quality of services which are provided by the financial sector and effective financial services to all sections of the society. Remember, many of you consider that financial inclusion basically talks about banking services. It's not true. Financial inclusion basically talks about holistically the financial services which are provided by different financial institutes in the country for the betterment, for the development, for the growth of the public. Example is insurance services, we have pension services, we have banking sector and whatnot. This financial inclusion index was introduced back in 2021, to be very precise, on 17th of August 2021. RBI has introduced the first financial inclusion index, which was introduced for the month March 2021. मार्च 2021 के लिए जो पहला फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन इंडेक्स आया था वो कब आया था सर? इट वाज इंट्रोड्यूस्ड इन 2021. तो हमें क्या याद रखना है? फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन इंडेक्स कौन डेवलप करता है? आरबीआई. कौन प्रेजेंट करता है? आरबीआई. हाउ ऑफनली इट इज प्रेजेंटेड? इट इज प्रेजेंटेड or it is published annually. When it was published for the very first time, sir, it was published on 17th of August 2021. जो terms मैंने circle किए, बस इतनी terms है जो आपको याद रखनी जरूरी है. Now, if I talk about what is financial inclusion, as I already said, so it refers to the process of ensuring that individual and businesses, they have timely, affordable and adequate access to the wide range of formal financial services. Formal means if you want to borrow a loan, exactly you can go and borrow the loan from the local money lender, but that's not a formal financial services. So we are talking about formal financial services, which talks about offering you with savings account, credit facility, insurance facility, pension products, investment services, digital payments and whatnot. So remember it, the ultimate objective of financial inclusion is to integrate every citizen into the formal financial system. And not only this, promoting promoting inclusive growth, promoting poverty reduction, promoting financial stability as well as social empowerment. Now you must be wondering, sir, poverty reduction, financial stability, social empowerment, how is it possible? It is possible. I hope you might have heard about Jan Dhan Yojana. This was an Yojana which was the first gift to India by the India government, and it is a zero balance saving account which is offered in the country. Now, during the COVID timelines, government has transferred financial assistance into these Jan Dhan accounts. So in this way, with the help of these Jan Dhan account, the public which was sitting, or the public which was locked in their houses, but still they need funds for managing their day-to-day expense, for managing their day-to-day survival. For that particular purpose, during COVID-19, same accounts were utilized by the government to directly transfer the funds, which resulted in poverty reduction, financial stability and social empowerment during that particular timelines. So it is a best example to justify all the points which have been mentioned on the screen. The question here, sir, the financial inclusion index has few features which are very important. The first feature is, so financial inclusion index is a composite index. It's a complex index. It combines information relating to multiple sectors. It combines information related to multiple sectors instead of focusing only on banking. So it has very clearly mentioned that financial inclusion का मतलब formal financial sector से मतलब only banking नहीं है. They also talk about insurance. They also talk about pension sector. They even talk about the NBFCs and whatnot. So it includes from banking to investment. Investment means they even want public to open up the mutual fund investments. They are targeting the public, or they are promoting the public to open up insurance policies to enjoy postal saving services as well as pension sector. Remember that ये जो index है, it is not independently, it was not independently developed by RBI. Rather, this index was developed in consultation with Government of India as well as RBI, as well as insurance regulators, that is IRDEI, pension regulator, that is PFRDA, and other concerned sectoral regulators. इसका मतलब क्या? इसका मतलब ये है कि सर, if RBI wants to calculate the financial inclusion, it is impossible without the data from the insurance sector, without the data from the pension sector, without the data from the financial market. So for that particular purpose, RBI along with Government of India, it has coordinated with all the other regulators of the country in order to finalize that, yes sir, we are going to start with a new index, and in order to present that index annually, we need your help, we need your input, we need data from your side so that we can implement it in a better manner. Now the question is, if it is an index, obviously it comes up with a result, and this result is given in a score format. The score varies from 0 to 100. 0 means zero financial inclusion. 100 means 100% फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन. मतलब जीरो का मतलब है किसी के पास बैंक अकाउंट है ही नहीं, कोई फॉर्मल बैंकिंग सर्विसेज या फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर को यूज कर ही नहीं रहा, which is impossible. Okay, and 100 means everybody is 100% connected to the financial sector or formal financial sector. Right now also there's no country as such which is having 100% financial inclusion, but yes, the score is going to be between 0 to 100. Higher value indicates greater financial inclusion and better access to the formal financial services, which you need to remember. अब क्वेश्चन ये है कि सर, is it done as a comparison? No sir, it's not done as a comparison. There is no base here. अगर आप सिर्फ समझने के लिए समझें, it is not happening the way I am going to explain. वरना कल को किसी को समझाओगे तो कहेंगे कि इस पागल से पढ़ के आए हो. तो ऐसा समझाना मत, बस मैं आपको समझाने के लिए समझा रहा हूँ. मान लो एक कंट्री में we have a population of 50 individuals, and if we are calculating the financial inclusion of these 50 individuals, let's say out of 50, 20 individuals, they have access to the formal financial sector at affordable cost. In that particular case, we will say that financial inclusion in this country is 40%, or I can say the score is 40. So ये correct नहीं है, ऐसा calculation RBI nahi karta, but somehow it means the same, that what is the extent of financial inclusion. So in comparison to the 100% extent, we have an financial inclusion of 70, we have a financial inclusion of 60 and whatnot, but there is no base here, unlike we have for digital payment index where we have a base here, but here there is no base here, and financial inclusion index does not use any base here. It reflects the cumulative progress made by all the stakeholders over the period of time. Remember that it's an annual publication. It is published every year in the month of July till the year March, or till the previous financial year, that is March of the current year. I hope you got it. ठीक है. Moving on to the next point. अगला point क्या कहता है? अगला point कहता है कि सर ये जो calculation की जा रही है, calculation किस basis पे की जाती है? Now here comes the game where I say that financial inclusion is a composite index. Why I say that it's a composite index? It's a composite index because it is calculated majorly on three broad parameters, or the financial inclusion is constructed using the three broad parameters, each carrying specific weight on the basis of its importance. So first one is access. How accessible the financial services are, how available the financial services are, how reachable the financial services are, that is known as accessibility. In order to understand this in a much better manner, it basically means, sir, it is the indicator. It is the indicator which talks about number of bank branches present in the country, and then they identify that what is the number of bank branches or what area on an average a bank branch cover in the country. For example, the country's total area is 100 square kilometers and we have 100 branches in the country. So on an average, 1 kilometer square area is covered by a single branch. So they check the bank branches, availability of ATMs. If the branch is not there, there should be banking correspondent. That means the agent of the bank which can provide us with the banking services. Then what is the presence of financial services outlets in the country and how readily digital payment infrastructure is available in the country. So that availability, that accessibility is checked under the first parameter, that is access. So higher access score indicates that financial services are geographically and digitally available. अगर access का स्कोर ज्यादा तो उसका मतलब भैया टेंशन वाली कोई बात नहीं है, आप यूज करने वाले बनो, फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज की अवेलेबिलिटी जो है दैट इज रेडिली अवेलेबल, यू डोंट हैव टू वरी. What is the weightage? So the weightage of this is 35%. Out of 100, what is the weightage? 35%. Moving on to the second one, that is very important, that is usage. That is usage. Usage का मतलब कि सर आपने access तो दे दिया. Now due to access, public has even opened the account, for example saving account. But financial inclusion is not only targeted, or financial inclusion does not only have a target to provide the saving account access, rather financial inclusion want, or financial inclusion aim, that these saving accounts should be utilized appropriately, they should be utilized in an appropriate manner. ऐसा नहीं कि बैंक के दबाव में आके भैया मेरा टारगेट है अकाउंट खुलवा लो, आपने अकाउंट खुलवा लिया, बाद में कभी अकाउंट चलाएंगे, ऐसा नहीं. यूसेज कि what are the saving account operations, what are the digital payment transactions which are done on daily basis, what is the utilization of credit, what is the participation as well as penetration of insurance, what is the count of insurance enrollments, and what are the investment activities which are going on in the country. The weightage is maximum कि सर excess देने से कुछ नहीं होगा, हालांकि demand and supply it goes hand in hand, everybody agrees to that, but still more than supply, we want to see that whether for that supply we have a demand or not. क्योंकि अगर demand होगी तो supply बढ़ा देंगे यार, demand होगी तो supply बढ़ा देंगे, लेकिन अगर demand ही नहीं हो, use ही नहीं है, and you are not even utilizing the services, तो उस केस में कोई benefit नहीं है, उस केस में कोई मतलब ही नहीं है. तो that is the reason usage has been given, the maximum, what I want to say, usage has been given the maximum weightage. Remember that अगर हम बात करें 2026 में, the 2026 financial inclusion index was improved. सबसे पहली चीज कि जो इंडिया का फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन इंडेक्स है of 2026, it has improved in comparison to 2025. और ये जो improvement हुआ है, that is majorly because of sharp increase, in usage parameter. That is basically because of sharp increase in usage parameter. और अगर आप इसको logically देखें तो it's very good as well कि भैया एक्सेस बढ़ाने से कुछ नहीं हो रहा, एक्सेस बढ़ा दिया अच्छी बात है, लेकिन जब तक वो यूटिलाइज नहीं हो रहा, जब तक वो यूज नहीं हो रहा, उस एक्सेस का करोगे क्या. तो यूसेज इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, and this time the usage has improved. Third point is quality. Quality means the services which you are using, are those services safe, are they transparent, are they consumer friendly, are they inclusive, and are they efficient. It captures the aspects of financial literacy in the country. It also captures the aspects of consumer protection, grievance redressal, quality of service delivery, inequalities, deficiencies, and whatnot. So remember that quality means we talk about कि यहाँ पे आपने supply दे दी, here you are generating the demand, or you are checking the demand, and here you need to check the quality, that how well performed services are provided, how quality services are provided by the banks, by the financial institutes to the public. So in total 35 plus 45, it goes to 80 plus 20, it is 100%. So we need to remember we have three parameters. The first one we have is excess with 35%. Then we have usage. In case of usage, we have highest weightage, that is 45%, and lastly in case of quality we have 20%. और याद रखना 2026 में कौन सा पैरामीटर सबसे ज्यादा इंप्रूव हुआ है, सो दैट इज यूसेज, जिसकी वजह से ओवरऑल 26 जो फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन इंडेक्स है वो ओवरऑल किया हुआ है, इंप्रूव है. अगर मैं इंप्रूवमेंट की बात करूं, सर इंप्रूवमेंट पिछले साल के मुकाबले तीन पॉइंट्स की हुई है. That means from 67 it has increased to 70. But in past 9 years, if I see, sir, in past 9 years it has improved from 43.4 to 70. I'll not say almost twice. That is wrong to say, but I can easily say more than 2.5 times, or almost 2.5 times improvement. 2.5 times improvement have been witnessed. 2.5 times improvement has been witnessed. So financial inclusion index for March 2025 was 67. For March 2026 is 70. So this is important. And the broad based improvement across all three sub indices. तो वैसे तो सारे indices में improvement हुई है, but the highest improvement has been done in the, or has been witnessed in the usage parameter, which has led to the increase of score from 67 to 90, 67 to 70. Remember that इससे ये पता चलता है कि financial inclusion in India has progressed beyond account ownership to active participation in the formal financial services, and that is the reason earlier जो jump था, that was 41 43 to 53, ये jump बहुत बड़ा था क्योंकि यहाँ पे अकाउंट ज्यादा बना दिए, बात बन गई. 53 to 67 भी ठीक था, अकाउंट ज्यादा ओपन किए, बात बन गई. लेकिन अब सिर्फ अकाउंट ओपन से नहीं होगा सर, अब क्वालिटी इंप्रूव करने से होगा, यूटिलाइजेशन पे होगा, यूसेज पे होगा, हाउ usable your products are, how satisfied the public is while using your products or while using the financial sector products. That will decide the level of financial inclusion in the new India. I hope it is clear. Now, if I talk about the factors which are driving the improvement in financial inclusion, so the factors are: first one, digital public infrastructure. We all know that. I hope you might have heard about this particular term. How many of you have heard about digital public infrastructure? If you haven't, I'll just discuss this point quickly with you. If somebody asks me what is this digital public infrastructure, then I would say India's digital public infrastructure, it has basically become the backbone. It has basically become the backbone. It has basically become what? It has basically become the backbone of India's financial inclusion. Reason is it has become the backbone because it has started providing the services. We call it as Aadhaar enabled payment services. है ना? It has become the backbone through mobile phone, or it has led to the mobile phone penetration. It has led to the mobile phone penetration. Along with this, it has led to the Jandhan accounts, or it is because of Jandhan accounts, it's because of UPI, it is because of digital payment ecosystem. So ये सारे के सारे जो initiatives हैं, they are covered under the category of digital public infrastructure, and this infrastructure is the backbone of financial inclusion. Then we have expansion of digital payments. We all know that RBI is consistently emphasizing on uh, emphasizing that the payment system are a key driver of the financial inclusion, and growth in UPI, prepaid payment instruments, or maybe mobile payments, instant fund transfer has significantly enhanced the access and usage of the financial services. So that is a point. And last is government initiatives, where we talk about Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. We talk about direct benefit transfer, where the subsidies are directly transferred into the bank accounts. Then we have Aadhaar enabled payment system. Then we have JAM Trinity, Jandhan account, Aadhaar, and mobile banking. So that has also resulted in huge, or it has also improved the financial inclusion, as well as Digital India Mission, which has been launched by the government of India. Which has been launched by the government of India is basically, it basically talks about, or it basically pushes the concept of, or it pushes the financial inclusion aspects in the economy. Is it clear? Is it clear till this point? If it is clear till this point, give me yes. If it is clear till this point, give me yes, sir. Okay, coming back to the point. जब भी कभी we talk about financial inclusion, there is a very important initiative of RBI. We call it as National Strategy for Financial Inclusion. Whenever this question is asked, that what is the meaning of national uh, strategy for financial inclusion, then to this particular point, my answer to this particular point will be very clear that this national strategy for financial inclusion, it is released by RBI. It is released by RBI, and this 2025-2030 has been released in December 2025, to very precise, on 1st of December 2025. National Strategy Financial Inclusion is always approved by Financial Stability डेवलपमेंट काउंसिल सब कमेटी. आई होप अगर आपने मेरी पुरानी क्लासेस लगाई होंगी तो उसमें आपको जरूर याद होगा what this committee basically means. It's a subcommittee operating under Financial Stability and Development Committee, which is headed by the Union Finance Minister, and this subcommittee is headed by the Governor of RBI. Governor of RBI. So this committee is responsible for approving it. And what is the validity? So validity, as the name suggests, from 2025 to 2030. From 25 to 2030. So what is the vision behind this national strategy for financial inclusion? अगर मैं सिंपल ओवरऑल बात करूं तो आरबीआई ने ये नेशनल स्ट्रैटेजी फॉर फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन इंट्रोड्यूस किया था फॉर द वेरी फर्स्ट टाइम विद द सोल मोटिव कि भैया इफ आई वांट in my India to have financial inclusion, it cannot be done without proper planning. It cannot be done without pre-setting the target. So for that particular matter, RBI always comes up with a range of years where the national strategy for financial inclusion is presented. So the strategy aims to create a synergistic. The strategy aims to create a synergistic financial ecosystem. Synergistic financial ecosystem that empowers equitable, affordable, responsible, and effective access to financial services. I repeat, the strategy aims to create a synergistic financial ecosystem that ensures equitable, affordable, and responsible as well as effective access to financial services. भैया स्ट्रैटेजी का मतलब क्या है? ताकि सबको बराबर फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज मिले, सबको अफोर्डेबल फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज मिले. There should be responsible and effective access to the financial services while improving the last mile connectivity, financial resilience, and active usage of financial products across all the section of society is the ultimate aim behind RBI's National Strategy for Financial Inclusion. ये जो इस बार की नेशनल स्ट्रैटेजी है for financial inclusion, remember it guys, it is based on, it is based on 5 pillars. What are these 5 pillars? The first pillar is universal access to equitable, responsible, suitable, and affordable financial services. Universal access, कि भैया ये एक्सेस सबको दिया जाए, स्पेसिफिक को नहीं, सबको ये एक्सेस दिया जाए, and for households, for micro enterprises, for everybody. Second is the current national strategy for financial inclusion. It should be women-led and gender-sensitive financial inclusion. That means this time we will be targeting the women, and we'll target to include more and more women under the financial inclusion scenario. This particular strategy will be gender specific, where where the RBI will be targeting, or RBI will be trying its level best to improve the financial inclusion, especially in women. Third is integration of finance with livelihood and entrepreneurship. Integration of finance with livelihood and entrepreneurship means promoting productive credit, स्किल डेवलपमेंट, इनकम जनरेशन. कि भैया सिर्फ हम यही नहीं करेंगे कि आपको ये बताएंगे लोन ले लो, लेकिन लोन लेके करोगे क्या, उस लोन का करोगे क्या, उस लोन को लेकर कैसे कैसे बिजनेसेस आप कर सकते हैं, क्या उस बिजनेस के लिए आप कैपेबल हैं या नहीं, क्या उस बिजनेस के लिए आपको कोई एक्स्ट्रा प्रिपरेशन की जरूरत है. एवरीथिंग विल बी डन अंडर दिस पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रैटेजी. द लास्ट इज second last is financial education and capability building. Financial education and capability building, that means financial literacy. Everyone should be capable enough to understand the financial services so that they can utilize them well. And last is robust customer protection and grievance redressal. तो ये 5 ऐसे pillars हैं. These are the 5 pillars on which the current national strategy for financial inclusion बैठी है, रुकी हुई है, उस पर टिकी हुई है. तो ये 5 pillars के बारे में पता होना काफी ज्यादा जरूरी है. ठीक है जी, क्लियर हो गई बात. आई गेस इससे ज्यादा इसमें पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं है. दैट इज मोर देन सफिशिएंट. अब अगर आप चाहते हैं इस पूरे के पूरे न्यूज को एक ही स्लाइड पे रिवाइज करना तो जाओ रिवाइज कर लेना. मैंने यहाँ पे सब बता दिया है. व्हाट इज फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन, देन व्हाट आर द की फीचर्स ऑफ फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन. Even I have given you the introduction of financial inclusion index. Why RBI introduced financial inclusion index? Then how financial inclusion has evolved over the period of time. Then what is the weightage of 3 parameters on the basis of which the calculation is done. Then factors deriving improvement in the financial inclusion, significance of financial inclusion, and what all points, please pay attention, what all points are important for your examination point of view. तो मैंने उसका भी एक टाइप बना के आपको दे दिया कि यहाँ से इस टॉपिक को पढ़ने के बाद आपको पीएम जन धन योजना पता होना चाहिए, यूपीआई पता होना चाहिए, आधार एनेबल्ड पेमेंट सिस्टम के बारे में पता होना चाहिए, डायरेक्ट बेनिफिट ट्रांसफर, digital payments, financial literacy. So all these terms should be clear to you so that if any questions asked indirectly from the terms which are mentioned in this particular news, you should be in a position to answer it for sure. ठीक है जी, क्लियर हो गया. अब देखते हैं जरा आप में से कितने लोग इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर कर पाएंगे. So we have few questions. The first one is the Financial Inclusion Index was introduced by Reserve Bank of India on 17th of August 2021. Is it 17th of August 2021? This is absolutely correct, sir. The financial inclusion measures only the banking penetration. No, it do not measure only the banking penetration. Rather, along with banking penetration, it also it basically measures the penetration to the formal financial sector. Financial inclusion is published annually, correct, in July, based on the data for the financial year ending in March, correct. Financial inclusion is a composite index covering banking, insurance, pension, investment, and postal service savings, correct. Financial inclusion index has no base year, correct. It reflects cumulative progress in financial inclusion, and this year the score we got is 70. Last year it was 67. So answer to this particular question is 1345, which means B option is absolutely the correct answer. B option is absolutely the correct answer. Moving on to the next one. अगला question क्या कहता है? Consider the following statement regarding the parameters of RBI's financial inclusion. Financial inclusion index is based on 3 parameters. First one, excess, then usage, then quality. Excess, usage, quality, correct. Among the 3, excess carries 35% weightage, usage 45% weightage, quality 20% weightage. तो इसके हिसाब से सेकंड भी करेक्ट हो गया. The quality parameter evaluates aspects such as quality. Talks about financial literacy, yes sir. It talks about customer protection, yes sir. It talks about grievance redressal, absolutely correct sir. This is correct. Next is excess measures only number of bank branches and ATMs in the country. No sir. सिर्फ bank branches and ATM थोड़ी ना. It measures what all things? It measures bank branches, ATMs, banking correspondents, financial service outlets, availability of digital payment infrastructure in the country. So this statement is not 100% correct. Financial inclusion is constructed using 97 indicators. 97 indicators across the parameters. ये भी correct है. तो उसके हिसाब से अगर हम चले तो आंसर क्या बनना चाहिए सर? आंसर बनना चाहिए A option, that is 1, 2, 3 and 5 is correct, but the fourth statement is wrong. I hope it is clear. Moving on to the next question. अगला question क्या कहता है? For 2026 financial inclusion index increased from 67 to 70. This is correct. अब वो increase हो गया 70 हो गया. This is correct. The improvement in 2026 financial inclusion index was largely driven by usage parameter. This is correct. इस बार जो improvement हुआ that is all because of usage parameter, not because of any other parameter. जो highest improvement है that is contributed by usage parameter. The increase in financial inclusion indicates that financial inclusion has progressed beyond mere account ownership towards active use of financial services. बिल्कुल सर, अब तो खुल गए ना, बहुत अकाउंट खुल गए. अब अकाउंट सही चल रहे हैं नहीं, ये ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. Next is financial inclusion index between 2021 to 2025 due to slower growth in digital payments. Decline नहीं सर, decline कहाँ हुआ? ये ग्राफ तो बढ़ता ही जा रहा है फ्रॉम 2021 टू 2026 तक, अगर मैं कहूँ तो ग्राफ बढ़ता जा रहा है. द फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन जीरो मीन्स इनकम्प्लीट. जीरो फाइनेंस, हाँ सॉरी सॉरी, पूरा नहीं पढ़ा मैंने. इट्स नॉट कंप्लीट फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन. यस, इट्स complete financial inclusion. 100 means complete financial inclusion. This is correct. तो आंसर क्या बनेगा? So 1, 2, 3 and 5, that means C option is absolutely the correct answer. ठीक है जी, फिर हो गया. Moving on to the next question. The next question says, which of the following initiative has significantly contributed to the improvement of financial inclusion in India? तो प्रधानमंत्री जन धन योजना, UPI, DBT, आधार enabled payment system, as well as digital mission. हाँ सर, इन सभी ने तो प्रमोट किया financial inclusion in the country. So the answer to this particular question would be E option. Answer to this question would be E option. Okay, जी. Last but not the least, we have the last question, and I want the last question to be your homework. So take the screenshot, share the answers in the comment section after the session, and I will be giving you the correct answer in the next class. अगर आप में से किसी ने इस आंसर का कमेंट नहीं किया, then I will also not share this question in the upcoming class. तो अगर आप आंसर करेंगे, मैं अपकमिंग क्लास में आपको इसका करेक्ट आंसर भी दे दूंगा, और अगर आप आंसर नहीं करेंगे तो करेक्ट आंसर नहीं मिलेगा. So that is all from my side, guys, in this particular session. I will be catching you all in the upcoming sessions to go. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to comment the answer in the comment section. I will be catching you all in the upcoming sessions to go. Bye bye. Take care. Good luck. God bless you all.